When LeBron James does a deal, he just doesn't do hey, I have 10 million. What's 10 million to somebody that got $1 billion? I mean, a lot, but ain't like that.
We were sitting at Reebok, and Paul Fireman was very smart. He said to you, I know you're gonna go see Nike and Adidas, but I'm gonna offer you $10 million today if you don't go see them and shake my hand.
Right.
He wrote you a $10 million check in that room, and you turned it down.
I had no idea what he was doing at the other end of the table. I just seen him writing.
Yep.
He was talking, had his head down, he was making sure he didn't get anything wrong on that check. When he slid it down there and he said, listen, if you take this right now, just promise me you won't go talk to Nike or Adidas. I was lost for words at the beginning. I mean, shit, we flew in. I flew in from Akron, Ohio,
Yeah.
from SpringHill,
like,
from the projects. I mean, our rent is like $17 a month. But now I'm looking at a $10 million check. For some odd reason, I started thinking, if this guy, if he's willing to give me a $10 million check right now, what is it to say that Nike or Adidas is not willing to give me 20 or 30 up front? Or to say that maybe the upfront money is not even the biggest thing. Maybe let's start thinking about the back end.
Is LeBron James about to make more money this offseason than some NBA teams pay their entire bench? Because right now, as the league collapses under broken CBA negotiations and players panic about their futures, LeBron might be pulling off the smoothest exit strategy basketball has ever seen. And the NBA, they're absolutely terrified. What's good, everyone? If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because this might be one of the wildest power moves LeBron has ever pulled. So here's the deal. LeBron James just exercised his player option for the 2025-26 season, locking in a guaranteed $52 million bag. But insiders are whispering something insane. That money, it might just be pocket change compared to what he's quietly building behind the scenes. While the NBA Players Association is fighting tooth and nail for fair contracts and young stars are sweating over rookie extensions, LeBron's out here playing an entirely different game.
Go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home.
LeBron, fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough.
Everyone else is talking about salary caps. He's talking about ownership. The entire league is holding its breath, terrified that a potential lockout could freeze their income, while LeBron's setting himself up to make more during a shutdown than on the court itself. Remember that cryptic second decision campaign he dropped online? Fans went crazy, thinking he was retiring. Analysts started prepping their farewell tributes, and even the Lakers front office reportedly held emergency meetings. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder? They joked. But deep down, they were panicking. Here's what most people completely missed. That wasn't just an ad, it was a message. LeBron was signaling that his brand power now moves bigger numbers than his basketball career ever could. And Skip Bayless didn't waste a second jumping on it. He claimed LeBron's more obsessed with building his Hollywood empire than chasing rings, saying Michael Jordan would never let a brand deal overshadow his competitive fire. But here's the real question. What if that's exactly why LeBron's winning? Skip Bayless didn't hold back. He claimed LeBron is choosing money over respect, and the timing couldn't be crazier. While that campaign took over every social media feed, the NBA was heading into one of its most uncertain off-seasons ever. Player options, expiring deals, rumors of a lockout, complete chaos. But while the league panics, LeBron, he's playing chess while everyone else is arguing over checkers. Here's what the casual fan doesn't see. LeBron's empire is quietly exploding. His production company, SpringHill, just locked down another massive media deal. We're talking 9 figures.
Second greatest player who ever lived, a 4-time champion, a 4-time league MVP, one of the greatest players who have ever lived. Would stoop to trying to garner attention for himself with something other than trying to win a damn championship.
Exact numbers haven't leaked yet, but insiders are calling it one of the biggest entertainment deals ever made by an athlete. And this ain't just some side project anymore. SpringHill isn't just making behind-the-scenes documentaries. They're producing major scripted shows, landing partnerships with top streaming platforms, and stepping directly into Hollywood's power circle. This isn't a hobby, this is domination. So you have to ask, is LeBron preparing for a post-NBA life where his basketball salary looks like tip money compared to what he's about to earn off the court? Remember, the man's already a billionaire. The first active NBA player ever to do it through business, not just buckets. But of course, Stephen A. Smith had to stir the pot. He recently asked, at what point do all these business distractions start costing him on the court? Stephen A. questioned if LeBron can truly give the Lakers his full focus while managing production deals, film projects, and long-term investments. And honestly, that's a fair concern. We've seen plenty of athletes build their exits too early. Some transition smoothly, but others lose their edge before the curtain even drops. Now here's where it gets spicy. Unconfirmed whispers say LeBron's lining up elite speaking engagements, not the usual college stuff, but high-profile global events worth millions per appearance. We're talking Fortune 500 summits, global leadership events, billion-dollar business conferences, rooms filled with CEOs who drop $50,000 just to get a seat.
It was an iconic sports moment because we'd never seen anything like that. It was a goatish sort of endeavor by a guy who's clearly not the GOAT, but it was the one thing off the court that was goatish. It was memorable. And to take that decision, and stoop to cheapen it, to sell it out, to make money, to launch some new Hennessy brand of cognac. Really? You would stoop to that, LeBron? At this stage and age, as you enter year 23, age 40, you would stoop so far as, pardon my language, just to piss all over your iconic moment in favor of making God knows how many millions from Hennessy to piggyback this as the second decision. LeBron, are you that starved for attention now because the Lakers have pissed all over you? Is that what just happened? My God, you prostituted your iconic moment to make your killing from Hennessy. As much as I doubt you, LeBron, I thought you were better than that.
Now imagine LeBron stepping on stage at one of those. What if he charged $1 million per appearance? Sounds wild, right? But it's really not. Tony Robbins pulls in $300,000 per talk. Some business moguls earn even more. And LeBron, he's got something none of them do. He's a self-made billionaire athlete who built an empire straight out of Akron. That story, it's corporate gold. And the timing couldn't be more suspicious. The NBA is heading straight into a storm. CBA negotiations have basically collapsed. Players are frustrated, teams are confused about new spending caps, young stars are stressing over their financial futures while the league tries to keep control of the narrative. It's chaos. JJ Redick broke it down perfectly on his podcast. He asked the question no one wants to touch. Can an athlete's brand survive once their game starts declining? He said it's risky to think the off-court hustle could ever outshine on-court greatness. But here's where JJ might be missing the point. LeBron's not trying to replace his basketball legacy. He's leveraging it before time runs out. He's cashing in while his global influence is still sky high. Meanwhile, behind the NBA's shiny press releases, there's straight-up panic. The CBA talks are frozen. Players are whispering about potential strikes, injuries are mounting, and media rights negotiations are stuck in limbo. Expansion talk has cooled. Sponsors are nervous. And here's the truth the league won't say out loud. Ratings tank when LeBron isn't around. Just look at what happened last postseason. The second the Lakers got bounced early, viewership fell off a cliff. That's not coincidence. That's proof of power. The league needs LeBron more than they'll ever admit. So here's the crazy part. What happens if LeBron decides to flex that leverage? Imagine him skipping media day to headline a global business summit instead. Imagine him ditching a preseason game to speak to a room full of billionaires. The optics alone would break the internet, and the message would be clear. LeBron James isn't just part of the NBA machine anymore. He is the machine.
A quick Google search says that your net worth is $1.2 billion.
Now y'all want me to start lying?
Be you.
Google search is a lie. That is a lie.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Is it more or is it less?
Oh, it's way less.
Oh.
Yeah, it's way less.
Okay.
It's way less. There's a couple like thousand in my bank. That's it. I got a couple thousand.
Kendrick Perkins recently went off about this whole situation, calling it potentially the most arrogant move in NBA history. Perkins didn't hold back. He straight up asked, is LeBron checking out of the NBA or just the game itself? He said young players are grinding every night, chasing their first big contract, while LeBron's already planning his retirement victory tour. And honestly, that comment hits hard once you realize something wild. LeBron's off-court value right now might actually be worth more than his on-court salary when you factor in the time and effort. That's insane. But here's where it gets scary. For the NBA, not for LeBron. If this league heads into a lockout, and trust me, that's looking more and more real, LeBron doesn't just survive, he thrives. No games, no problem. That means more time for high-paying speaking gigs, more time for SpringHill productions, and more time to grow his brand without logging a single minute on the court.
LeBron James, to me, is the second greatest player in the history of basketball. You have people out there acting like I've hated on him because I have him as number 2 all time. And he co-signs with it. Anthony Davis doesn't want to be the face of the league, and other players don't want to be responsible, and he co-signs with that. Notice he did all of this after he got his money. LeBron's worth $1 billion. He got his money, so now we want to take those positions. Now we want to encourage people to have a kind of mentality that sifts through the industry like a virus, so you can look down upon and be dismissive of, and dare I say, hate on pundits and others. Because you may not like what they're saying, and you're encouraging them to do it now, knowing it ain't gonna work for them down the line. But you don't care, because you got yours. And one player after another falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. Remember when LeBron was in the bubble, he said, I got mine. Y'all don't have to side with me if y'all don't want to. I don't need this shit. I don't need it. I'm cool. Remember that?
While other players would be stressing over missed paychecks and expired endorsements, LeBron could literally make more money because the NBA shuts down. That's not just smart business, that's straight up genius. The man turned potential league chaos into a profit plan. Now, of course, not everyone's impressed. Bill Simmons recently said he's skeptical of athletes who hustle harder off the court than they do on it. He argued that fans eventually see through the act, that the shine fades when the grind stops. But here's the thing, LeBron doesn't need to prove anything anymore. He's got 4 championships, multiple MVPs, and he's the all-time scoring leader. The legacy is written. So what's left? Maximizing his empire. If he didn't take advantage of his power now, that would be the real mistake. And this right here is what's keeping NBA executives up at night. Because if LeBron pulls this off, it could completely rewrite how superstars handle the end of their careers. Major sponsors are starting to whisper a question that could shake the NBA to its core. Do we even need the Lakers or just LeBron? Think about how wild that sounds, but it's not crazy. LeBron's personal brand deals, Nike, Beats, Blaze Pizza, Lobo 1707, and a dozen more, generate more revenue and global attention than most NBA team sponsorships combined. His social media following absolutely crushes the Lakers' official accounts. His name trends more than the team's highlights. His cultural reach doesn't stop at basketball. It defines pop culture itself. So here's the scary question for the league. Are we entering an era where athletes have more sponsor power than franchises? The NBA was built on the idea that teams are the product, but money now follows personalities. Fans buy LeBron's jersey before they care about the Lakers' record. If he ever starts operating like a fully independent brand that just happens to play basketball sometimes, the entire business model of the NBA collapses overnight. That's exactly why the league office is watching his every move. Because if LeBron's strategy works, if he manages to transition from active player to full-blown business mogul without ever formally retiring, he sets the blueprint for every future superstar.
First off, it's coming from 4 incredible partners, which you named and know, who really believe in the company, believe in what we're doing, believe in our mission, our goals. Now what this money will allow us to do is to finance more projects that we want to make. We used to develop projects, take them out to be sold into distribution. We'll still do that.
Imagine the ripple effect. Guys like Giannis, Luka, Tatum all building empires mid-career instead of waiting for retirement. And here's where it gets even more interesting. LeBron's retirement talk might not be emotional at all. It might be calculated. Every time he drops a cryptic post or gives a teary post-game interview hinting at maybe it's time, the media explodes, sponsors panic, fans flood social media, and suddenly his brand value skyrockets. Nothing's confirmed, but insiders swear this might be the smartest negotiating tactic in sports history. Keep everyone guessing, stay in total control, drive up leverage, and never fully commit. It's manipulation disguised as mystery, and it's working perfectly because we're in a new era now, one where NBA legacy isn't just about rings anymore. It's about cultural impact, and nobody, absolutely nobody, understands that better than LeBron James. And that right there is exactly what keeps NBA executives awake at night. Imagine this. LeBron becomes so successful off the court that basketball turns into his side hustle. Picture it. He only shows up for games when it fits his schedule, prioritizes boardrooms over practice courts, and treats the entire NBA season like one massive marketing campaign for his empire.
I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. And ultimately, my whole thing is what do I want to wear off the court?
And the wildest part, he's already secured his $52 million player option. What if, in his mind, that's just an appearance fee for wearing a Lakers jersey? That's the nightmare scenario for NBA executives, because they know exactly what happens when the league's biggest superstar stops caring about the product. Ratings nosedive, fan excitement fades, and young players start copying the same attitude. If the face of the NBA treats the league like a side project, what message does that send to everyone else? Could this mean the NBA is on the verge of losing control of its own narrative? When individual players hold more cultural and financial power than the league itself, who's really in charge anymore? And that's where it gets fascinating. Because this could go one of two ways. Either it's the beginning of the end for traditional basketball as we know it, or it's the birth of LeBron's second domination. He ruled basketball for 20 straight years. Now he might own the next 2 decades in business. While the CBA collapses, while other players fight over crumbs, while owners panic about the future, LeBron's building something that doesn't even need the NBA anymore. That's not just bold, that's revolutionary. But here's the catch. Is it pure genius or the biggest warning sign the league's ever ignored? So, what do you think? Is LeBron playing chess while everyone else is stuck playing checkers? Or has he finally lost sight of what made him great in the first place? Drop your thoughts down below. Hit that like button if you think the NBA's in serious trouble once LeBron goes full businessman. And don't forget to subscribe for more wild stories like this.